All right, y'all. So we are gathered here today to talk about how Baela had Sir Kristen Cole shaking in them incel boots. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let's talk about this episode. All right, y'all. I hope y'all got y'all snacks or whatever y'all need because we about to go in. We about to get into it. Now, although this episode didn't have, action, I feel like House of the Dragon is the title, and so we expect all the, dragon fire in every episode. It didn't have that, but it had a lot of like what we love Game of Thrones for, like the intrigue, the dialogue. It was so much we got to get into. Okay, so we start out the episode with House Bracken and Blackwood going at each other. They talking about put the boundary stones back. I was like, girl, y'all didn't stand a chance. Their houses have been fighting each other for how long? I mean, the current civil war was just the spark they needed. Your false queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer. That's all that's needed, right? That's all that's needed to set things off, because after that it was, well, Aegon ain't no king, and y'all are both craven anyway, so things just escalated from there, as you can clearly see. Now, of Sir Eric, Jace says he is the basest of villains. He sullies the grave of his brother. But then Rhaenyra, on the other hand, says, essentially, she's like, I can see why someone would want to keep their oaths that they swore, right? Like, I can't really fault him for that. And Jace looks at her like, girl, what the fuck? He looks at her like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what about those who sent him? And I get Jace here, right? Like, I understand that Jace is pissed. I would be, right? Like, imagine they broke into your house and tried to kill your mama. Like, I really understand Jace. Like, girl, what are you talking about? And if my mama was talking like that and I felt like the issue was pressing, I would be like, nah, like, so I understand it. He's like war is coming. At the same time, I also see why Rhaenyra would say something like that as a response. Her being older, her having been around men and oaths and politics longer than Jace. But also in this episode, we got to see that Rhaenyra really is so much like Viserys in certain ways, right? That restraint that she tries to hold on to this entire episode, we see it, right? So there's an element of that when she responds. Wow, so it's like funny because Rhaenyra giving me Viserys and Jace giving me Daemon right now. Like Jace is giving me Daemon. So Jace walks off and then Rhaenys comes in. Oh my god, I love my girl Rhaenys. Y'all, those who whatever. I'm not going to say nothing. Okay, so Rhaenys comes in. She says Rhaenys doesn't think that Otto would order something like this, right? She stresses that the more that this back and forth happens, Luke's death, Jaehaerys' death, an attempt on Rhaenyra's life, we going back and forth, the less and less we'll remember why we're mad in the first place, and that things will just, descend into utter madness and chaos. So Rhaenys suggests that in order to try and prevent certain things from, going forward, try and reach out to Alicent, right? That's what she's saying. And Rhaenyra was like, girl, guess what? Miss Mamas has sent me texts, I'm talking about paragraphs to my phone, sis, and I left all that shit on red. You know what she did to my son, or at least you know what she allowed to happen to my son. And Rhaenys was like, the same way you permitted Daemon to behead Jaehaerys. And I was like, oops. I mean, I really rolled my eyes hard, but at the same time I was like, I guess, girl, like, you're right. It was almost venturing into Tyrion territory now, because y'all already know I'm a Daenerys stan. I will always stand with Daenerys, but not shitty writers, I'll tell you that. It was venturing into Tyrion territory, because I'm like, wait a minute. At this point, if I'm seeing armies mobilizing and shit, I'm just like, I'm guessing you're not going to be in the mood to talk. So at this point, I would have felt like things were too far gone by now. I think that's how Rhaenyra feels initially, but clearly, as the episode goes on, we can see that she's much like Viserys, like I said, and she knows the cost of war will be high. So she wants to make sure that if she goes and does this, that every other option was exhausted, right? So Rhaenys was essentially like, find a way to talk to her. So, oh my God, Sir Head Ass Cole. Anxious as hell, right? Anxious for this new crazy position on the council, this hand of the king. He's looking around guilty as hell because he's an oath breaker, insecure as hell. Like, it's so obvious. Like, he made these boys stand up straight, like he wasn't just screwing the queen. It's just like Sir Cornball Cole. Cornball Cole. So the meeting starts. They talk about Eric. Cornball Cole was like, you know, he was awarded a great and holy duty. He should have been honored. He just couldn't do it. He failed. Sir Eric failed. And y'all, those brothers were serious about their beliefs and vows, right? Like Eric and Eric or whatever. I think maybe Sir Eric was so dedicated. What do y'all think about this? I think that's maybe Sir Eric was such a good, like, he was so dedicated and true to his oaths and shit that Cole felt inept and small around him. And so maybe that's why he gave him that order, knowing that his ass would probably fail at that shit. And if he fails, Sir Criston Cole could get the last laugh. And if he doesn't, Sir Criston Cole can, you know, claim, you know, or take credit for, you know, having sent him on this mission, and they get their mission accomplished. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. Alicent doesn't hold back against Sir Criston Cole in the meeting, thankfully. And it's just, you know, it's just good to see anytime Sir Cornball gets dragged. You know, even though this is Team Green, I love to see Alicent not holding back against him. She was like, Eric failed because that plan was stupid. It was as stupid as Aegon looks in that damn armor. It was stupid. It was as stupid as Aegon look waddling around in that damn armor, girl. Oh my God, I'm crying. Cole, don't even play my face like that. Like, that's what Alicent is saying. And see, this is the problem. I'm speaking from experience. You give the wrong nigga some play, you give the wrong nigga some ass, and he gonna stick his chest out and expect you to play stupid alongside his ass, girl. No, I'm not doing that shit. We just screwed. Like, there's nothing more. Stay in your place. That plan was stupid, bro. It was stupid. Criston Cole just laughing it off. I think like I said, I think he's happy that Eric is dead. I think he's happy. So Aemon tells them that House Bracken attacked the Blackwoods, who declared for Rhaenyra. Blackwoods are slain, whatever. Aegon is like, yes, woohoo, we did it. Yes, honey. Yes, girl. And the council is like, girl, both sides took heavy losses, so I don't know if we can really count that as a victory, Your Grace. Like, you sound stupid as hell, boy. You sound stupid as hell, boy. Like, they was looking at this nigga the council meeting the whole time like he's stupid as hell. The Brackens and Blackwoods been fighting for centuries anyway, so it's not really what you think it is. Ain't no war like that. Aegon ain't hearing none of that shit. Bitch, he's just like, it's war, because I ain't shut it is. I'm like, bro, shut the hell up. Whew, Aegon's so annoying, child. So they can't decide on shit until Cole says that he's gonna march, turn the Crown Land houses, and then of course take Harrenhal so that they can control the Riverlands. Cornball wants to do that shit without Vhagar. I was like, that shit sounds stupid. Another stupid ass plan, bro. Or at least a dragon. You gonna need some dragon riders with you, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Vhagar's gonna stay here. I mean, you know, actually take all the dragons with you so Rhaenyra and them can come in and take King's Landing. But either way, y'all gonna need some dragons is the point, you know? That's why I'm like, it's such a dumb idea to make this nigga hand, bro. Why you make him hand to the king? Y'all, you should have got Larys, and I don't even like Larys. But if you really, like, why am I strategizing for Team Green, bro? Like, what the hell? This don't make no sense. Aegon wants to go, right? He wants to pack his shit and take this fucking, he wants to go. Girl, he says, and I'm really crying, y'all, like, I'm fucking, he says, I'm as fearsome as any of them. And I love how the council goes, okay, girl, whatever that means. The whole council, like, put down their cups and like, they did like a little sigh and shit. Bitch, I wanted somebody from one of these reality TV shows to edit in some sound effects. You know what I mean? When they doing the confessionals and shit. Bitch, Aegon, you are not intimidating nobody, girl. You are not, Bitch, I'm really cackling like I'm cackling because, like, Like, I'm literally envisioning him in this fucking armor. Like, girl, you don't. Yeah. Oh my God, we gotta get to the armor one. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it when he put on that armor, girl, because he looks so stupid, bitch. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here this scene, Miss Arya just asked for a place on Rhaenyra's council, saying that she could be an asset since she knows the inner movements of the people in the Red Keep and stuff. She says she wants to punish the High Towers. Also, we learn that Sea Smoke is restless, and Miss Arya suggests maybe it's because he's lonely. Wink, wink. So yeah, wink, wink to Adam, right? So here we learn that Rhaenyra gonna be a damn mama. Rhaenyra said, take Joffrey, Aegon, Viserys, and them get the hell out of there. Get out of here. Rhaenyra's, and they're going to Pentos, right? So keep that in mind when we're talking about the eggs and Daenerys and all that stuff, right? So Rhaenyra's just like, oh, so y'all trying to get rid of me. Y'all trying to get rid of me because I don't have no dragon. I can't help in the war like baela can, da-da-da-da. And Rhaenyra's talking about make this sacrifice willingly. And I'll be like, girl, what you mean you putting 3 kids on me, bro? Like, if you don't move out my face, you putting 3 kids on me, bro. I'll be like, get somebody else to do it. But, you know, I get the honor in it and all that. Like, I get it, Rhaenyra, but bitch, you put 3 kids on me, bro. I'm trying to go to the club on Saturday. I'm trying to go to Club Dragonstone on Saturday. This bitch sent me to Pentos. This bitch sent me to Pentos, bitch. That might get me to go Team Green, bitch. You put kids on me, bro. You put kids on me. But yeah, we gonna come back to that scene, or at least come back to the storyline a little bit later. I love seeing Caraxes pull up, and then I love the perspective of like being on the dragon, like, you know what I mean? Oh, y'all ate that shit up. Oh, girl, they was scrambling when they seen the blood worm land on that shit, girl. Cause this castle, one thing about this castle, she ain't had a good history with Dragonfire or fire in general. So do with that information what you will, honey. What I find hilarious about this is that Daemon really thought that he might have like a full-on fight on his hands, but bitch, once they saw that dragon, them hoes bent the knee. Oh, I loved the set. I loved the Harrenhal set. It was so haunting, beautiful, you know, scary, dark. It was just, I loved it. Now, Sir Simon Strong here pledged to Rhaenyra in front of him. I mean, it was so, listen, I'm 30, it already takes a lot for me to move my body. His old ass got on his motherfucking knee, bitch. His old ass got on his knees, bitch. Like, do you know how much energy that take? He said, bitch, I swear fealty to Rhaenyra. I don't know what y'all what the fuck you talking about, bro? Like, I swear fealty. I don't care where she at, bro. What you need. We ain't really got much here like that, but like, you can have whatever you want, you know? Now that I watched the episode again, I'm like, oh, this is where we first see Alice Rivers, Miss Mama. She's going to be someone to keep an eye on. You know what I mean? Melisandre type tease. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, it makes sense that Daemon is, like, suspicious, right? He's like, girl, I'm not eating this shit. Y'all could have put a Popeye's biscuit in this with nothing to drink. Oh, yeah, y'all trying to kill me. Y'all could have, because look on the table. Y'all see any cups? Bitch, no cups. Just pots and plates, girl. Pots and pans and plates. Nope, nothing to drink. Y'all ain't getting Daemon nothing to drink. Y'all said the rainwater was enough, huh? I'm screaming. This guy's like, bro, I am not trying to trick you, bro. Like, you got a dragon here. I don't give a damn what Larys is doing in the Red Keep. I feel like he burnt my family anyway. He burnt his family anyway. Like, we bent the knee, bro. Please, I promise you. Like, this guy is doing everything. He slips up and, like, says my prince instead of in your grace and stuff. But, like, you can tell this guy's, like, he don't want no smoke, bro. Like, he done heard Caraxes slithering around the motherfucker. flying above, like, he don't want no smoke, bro. So, Daemon tells him his plan of building an army here and then, of course, taking the throne. And that's that. Alicent introduces her brother, Sir Gawain Hightower, to Sir Criston Cole. And let me tell you something about Sir Gawain Hightower. He's an immediate asshole to Sir Criston Cole, so that was definitely fun to watch. He was like, it was this bitch from the lower class who took my dad's job? Wow. Such modest beginnings. And then if there's a Dornish slur, Alicent's brother all but said it in front of fucking Sir Kristen's face, girl. He's going to accompany Sir Kristen Cole into battle. I'm sure this is Alicent's way of keeping an eye on this nigga. And so this is going to be interesting. Now, the Black Council is freaking out, like, where's Daemon? How is our army coming along? Rhaenyra's, sitting there while they're saying, we really got to act. It's time for you to unleash your shit. Like, what's the tea? But, I love how Rhaenys I just love how Rhaenys supports Rhaenyra here. Like, when that one guy was laughing at Rhaenyra at the table, right? I bet y'all men would not have laughed in the Conqueror's face no matter what he suggested, even if it was preposterous or not. I bet y'all would not have laughed in Maegor's face. That's why Rhaenys is looking at him. I bet y'all would not have laughed in Viserys' face, because you laugh behind his back, but not. You see what I'm saying? Y'all would not laugh in Daemon's face. I know that. So it's interesting. I'm glad they have the dialogue set up in these council meetings like this, because it's just like, yes, she is still their queen, but they still view her, of course, as a woman. And like, because why, in what other situation would you come laughing at the king, you wouldn't do that shit. So why are you laughing at the queen? You see what I'm saying? I know I'm not reading into it, bitch, because it's like, this is the way that gender plays out. Like, even the people who's supposed to be the most respectful to the queen are still laughing in her face. I don't care what you're talking about. Rhaenyra essentially is just like, if I unleash these dragons, there's no going back. And, clearly they're not like, yes, there is a sense of urgency. So I do understand what they're talking about. Like, girl, you're going to have to do something. But I do understand Rhaenyra's thoughtfulness about it, right? Jace, of course, hates this. You can see it all over his face that he also wants to act too. I think he is, thinking as, of course, someone who wants to protect Team Black, but also as a son. I just think it would be so alarming to know that they got into my mama room. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think obviously Rhaenyra is the one who experienced it, and so it's extremely traumatizing for her. But like, I don't know if she's seeing just how much Jace is like, it's frantic, understandably so. So the council, I think, the council's so sexist, girl. They propose that Rhaenyra just go hide while they fight the war. Very condescending, in my opinion. That was very condescending, bitch. Like, oh, well, girl, just watch the cooking channel since you don't know nothing about this shit, and we'll take care of the rest, girl. And I don't know, Rhaenyra's like, conducting the war without me is treasonous. So, like, if you want to try some shit, try it if you want to. I'm glad she whipped it out. But I'm just like, Rhaenyra, you gonna have to whip that council back into place. Like, you have to get their act together. You have to they question you at the council meeting. Like, they wouldn't even have the grace to do that shit behind your back, girl. Girl, it would be very much like, I'm about to start dishing out punishments. You bitches need to shut the fuck up. It would be very much that. So even though Rhaenys' granddad chose Viserys over, she still is like, oh, well, Rhaenyra has my grandsire's, blood, and his reign lasted longer than Aegon, so everybody just need to know their place, basically. Rhaenys came out here and said. I just love that Rhaenys is talking her shit. I love it. Defending Rhaenyra. I love it. So Rhaenys and Corlys talk. She's updating him on everything. She's like, maybe Rhaena can be named heir. And Corlys was like, she don't know nothing about the ocean or dragons. He was just like, we're gonna have to just hold out hope until we see our way forward in time. And Rhaenys is like, girl, there is no time. What are you talking about? It's like she's trying to knock him on the forehead like this, like, hello, you know there's no time, right? This is war. What if something happens to you? Corlys is like, well, it's a good thing I'm a good sailor then. And he just goes back to work. I have to go. Rhaenys was like, Corlys, wait, girl, that's not a good enough answer. Like, we need to talk about this. Corlys, I think, might be operating from a sense of like, either like, oh, well, it'll be fine. Everything's fine. And maybe that's like, he's just too worried about the things that's to come, worried about the risks, worried about the war. You know what I mean? Do you think so? And so he's just like avoidant. Corlys strikes me as a very avoidant person. And I say this as someone who can be very, very avoidant, like, oh, girl, that is too much for my brain to handle right now. I'm going to sleep, bitch. Girl, that is too much chaos and turmoil for me to handle today. I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist. This is fine. You know, I think Corlys does that because remember last season he ran away, right? Like he left her, you know? So I think Corlys is as brave as he is. I think there's certain things where his brain just, he don't know how to do that shit. Like he don't know how to. He just too much for him to handle at one time. I don't know. No excuse because Rhaenys is getting on dragons and do what she needs to do. And Corlys is securing shit too. Remember season 1, he secured the gullet in the first place. So, but I think certain people have they weaknesses, they limits, and Corlys just shut that shit down. I don't know. What do y'all think? So, Rhaenyra is struggling to see all this as an honor, you know, and I can understand because, girls, you put 3 kids on me, girl, and young kids, bitch, it's not even like they like at the end of high school, so them bitches gonna be out my face. Like, girl, it's diaper season type tease. Like, oh my God. But Baela comes in and it's just like, you're doing a great service. And Rhaenyra's like, girl, please don't be condescending. Like, bitch, you don't have to patronize me, girl. Like, yeah. And it's only when the eggs come out, really, and Rhaenyra sees that she's literally carrying the entire future of of the Team Black, of House Targaryen, like with her, that she sees that, okay, well, it is an honor. It is an honor. Now, like I said, they were talking about these eggs going to Pentos, and Pentos is where Daenerys's eggs had come from. Like, girl, it's just very iconic to me because what they're implying, right, is that Cyrax brought forth like Drogon and all of them, and that like Rhaenyra is directly responsible for making sure that Dany had dragon. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. Am I getting it right? I think I'm getting it right. And if so, I love it. I absolutely love it. So Helaena and Alicent actually have a nice moment here. Like, just talking about grief and fear and all that. And Helaena says, I forgive you. Alicent's like, what? And Helaena repeats it. And it's just like, you could see in Alicent's face that she really like needed to hear that, or like really appreciated hearing that. And I'm just like, it gives me like, I forgive you for you, like the part that you and this wicked family played in my son's murder. Like, that's kind of what it gave me, right? That's what Helaena was saying. Aegon looks so stupid. He looks so stupid in this armor. Talk about I'm finna fly to war. Oh my God. And everybody around's like, bro, apparently this is Aegon the Conqueror's like armor, so of course it fits him big. Like, you trying to wear Aegon shit. How big was Aegon, bitch? How tall was Aegon, bitch? He's looking like he was taller than you, ho. This shit look crazy, bro. Like, he talking about going on his dragon, gonna fly to war. You look silly. You look stupid. You ain't even trained no shit, dude. Bitch, do this bitch even know how to like ride a dragon into battle? Have you even trained? What are you talking about? Do this bitch even know how to swing a sword? Get him out of my face. So everybody around here was like, girl, this shit is stupid. We gotta make sure that he don't do this stupid, dumb, idiotic shit. Like, we gotta make sure he don't do this shit, bro. Like, so Sir Larys seemed like he's the only one with brains around here, unfortunately, because he's weird as hell. So in order to get him to stay, Larys was like, well, girl, if you go, Aemon and Alicent are gonna rule in your stead. And honestly, as much as Larys is like embellishing things to get Aegon to stay, like, he didn't have to embellish that much. If something happened to you, nigga, I promise you, Aemon is hopping up. I promise you, Aemon is hopping up there. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, that worked because Aegon decides not to fly out. He makes Larys Master of Whispers. And I think he honestly should have been Hand, like I said, if Aegon was smart. But I mean, Master of Whispers, at least he's going to take advantage of, Larys's resources and talents, whatever. I hate that I'm strategizing for y'all Team Green because at this point, but at this point, it seems like y'all need it. Oh my God. So besides this guy claiming to be a bastard Targaryen or whatever, the point of the scene was that Aemon was in here and Aegon came in there trying to embarrass him, laughed at him. He was just like, girl, you have your choice of out of every sex worker in here in the damn country, and this is the one you pick. The first one you meet, you stay with. Side note, that girl who was trying to slurp some peen in the beginning when Aegon first came in, I was just like, wow, she really needs some tutoring. No shade. I can help sis out. No shade. I can help sis out. I can help sis out. So Aemon got his naked ass up and was just like, a whore is just a whore. Like, it doesn't matter. You could have her. But clearly he feels some kind of way about it. Clearly he was like thoroughly embarrassed. Clearly, like, Aegon needs to keep one eye open, because it's crazy that he just thinks that Aemon's just gonna sit there and let him like, I don't, especially with the more and more drunk on power Aegon gets, the more blind he will be to certain things. And Aemon, everybody knows that, you know. So Aegon, I don't know if you really did. I don't know if you, I really think you're gonna regret this. I really think, Aegon, I really think you're gonna regret this. So Rhaenyra decides finally to read Alicent's text messages. Oh my God, I love this scene. I absolutely love this scene. I ran it back so many times. I ran it back. So Cole senses a dragon, and sure enough, Baela is riding in, trying to chase them down and spook them. Now listen, the beautiful patterns on Moondancer's skin, especially like the wings, I was like, oh my God, Baela, Moondancer's so beautiful. But yeah, girl, Baela was chasing them. Baela was chasing the bitches. Baela was chasing them bitches. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, she was, like, Rhaenyra had told her to stay high. Baela was not doing that shit. She died. Do you hear what I'm saying? Baela the Brave. She dive bombed on them bitches. Like, she, Moondancer tucked them wings in. Do you see what I'm saying? And Baela was focused. Oh my God. Bethany, you did an amazing job acting that shit out. Like I said, I think it's so crazy that y'all even get up on there on the and there's no dragon, obviously. There's no nothing, green screen or whatever y'all got, them LED screens in the back, and y'all gotta just imagine the shit. Like, I'm sorry, like, you did that. You ate that shit up. Baela was flying the hell out of the dragon, like, yelling out the Valyrian commands and everything. I was just like, yeah, girl, get him, girl. Like, they were shaking. The trees worked as good cover because she couldn't spot them when they went under there, right? And I guess she didn't want to just Dracarys the whole damn forest, and on top of that, Rhaenyra had told her not to engage, so even what she was doing was kind of like iffy, you know. But I love how, like, Moondancer was circling and you could feel the tension and everybody was shaking underneath the trees, and you know, and it was only when Baela herself said, all right, Stoves, like, all right, I'm done, and you know, she pulled Moondancer up, that the scene, the tension went away. But it's just Baela obviously is clearly a, like, capable, talented dragon rider, has a very good bond with her mount. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, she ate it up. I'm gonna go watch this scene again after I finish this. After I finish this, I loved it. It was so great. It was so great. So the council presses Rhaenyra again after Baela delivers the news, but Rhaenyra looks at Rhaenys and takes the Lord's concerns into consideration and decides on a different tactic for now. Alice Rivers got Daemon good. Like, good. Because first that door starts shaking, like something was gonna come in, and I was like, okay, who would try it? Especially after they had gave him like this welcome and all this, and especially because I know, like, he took care of her. Like, I already knew that. So I was like, who would try it? Like, but then he walks around, he tries to see what the tea is. Then we get to see a vision of a young Rhaenyra, right? Millie, hey, what's up? We missed you. I'm so glad I managed to avoid spoilers, and so this was a genuine, like, surprise, shock, like, cameo to me. So it was fun. She tells Daemon, always coming and going, aren't you? Then I clean up afterwards. And, you know, she is sewing on the head of Jaehaerys, and it's like, yeah, girl, you are wilding out, Daemon. And then Rhaenyra gotta go try and keep it together. But, you know, that's why you're here, trying to raise this army, trying to beg for her forgiveness. We already know what the tea is, okay? Then he wakes up to find himself standing near a weirwood tree, and it's like, okay, we got the magic, we got Alice. Like I told you, Alice, you need to keep an eye on her this whole season. You do. Alice then says to him, you will die in this place, and she just walks away. And it's just like, girl, can you come back? Oh, can you please come back? I mean, that's not the type of shit you just tell someone and walk away, Miss Mamas. Can you? I'll be like, hey, Ma, what you mean by that? What were you trying to say by that? What do you mean by that? Ma'am, you can't just drop that shit on me, girl. But we all know what the tea is. I mean, if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it. But for the people who know the lore, it's like, it makes sense why she would say something like that, is what I would say. So Rhaenyra asks Miss Arya for help speaking with Alicent by herself, and that's exactly what happened. It was so funny to see Rhaenyra dressed up as like a scepter, but like, I mean, I guess that is cover. It makes sense, but I'm like, Rhaenyra face card is iconic, so I don't know, like, y'all may have had to have a little bit more of a mask on or something, because that, like, I get hiding the hair and stuff, and I guess nobody would be really like expecting Rhaenyra to be there, but still, like, that face card was carded. It was swiping and not being denied. Okay, so obviously the target is the Sept, and it's so interesting because they used to talk like this when they were younger, right? But before we get into it, I'm just like, Alicent, what could your ass possibly be praying for? Get your ass up. Either way, Rhaenyra sits down, shocks her, right? Eventually they talk. And she was like, Rhaenyra was like, Rhaenys told me that you wish to avert this war bullshit. Like, let's see if we can uncover some path towards peace. Alicent's like, girl, it's too late. You beheaded a baby. And Rhaenyra was like, I didn't do that shit. And Alicent tries to tell Rhaenyra how much she hated that Luke died or that happened. But Rhaenyra ain't trying to hear none of that. Rhaenyra asked why usurp my rightful inheritance, and Alicent was like, look, Viserys changed his mind, don't be mad at me. And Rhaenyra was like, girl, you seen him validate me time and time again up until his death. Like, what are you talking about? Even when Rhaenyra was saying that, Alicent was looking guilty, but then she kept sticking with he changed his mind. And then she says this. Essentially, Viserys was talking about Aegon was a prince that was promised to unite the realm, and Rhaenyra was like, girl, you're dumbass. Rhaenyra was like, what are you wait, say that again? Did he use those exact words, prince who was promised? And Alicent was like, yeah, I mean, that's what he said. And Rhaenyra was like, well, your dumbass is really dumber than I thought, because he was talking about Aegon the Conqueror, not Aegon the R Word, not Aegon the Assaulter. That's what his name need to be. Aegon the Sexual Assaulter. That's what his name need to be. Okay. And then Alicent, you can see the moment that is clicking in Alicent's silly head. She's like, oh shit. She was like, I was gonna do it anyway. I was gonna usurp the throne anyway. But like, the little flimsy bullshit lie and delusion that I was holding on to, I can't even hold on to that shit no more. Because, like, of course he was talking about Aegon the Conqueror, the prince who was promised to unite the goddamn realm. Just looking extra silly in the light, Alicent. Alicent was like, Aegon the Conqueror, wow, of course, yeah. Yo, silly ass Alicent. But then even Alicent was just like, honestly, it don't matter. Like, it don't matter what Viserys meant or not. Like, a war is coming. Sir Criston Cole is marching out right now. You already know how crazy Aemon is. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so Alicent was just like, yeah, I might have messed up. A bad bitch messes up sometimes. She's like, I might have made a mistake. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. We're still going to war. I don't care. And maybe also mixed in with the I don't care, and like, is the fact that Alicent really does feel like, girl, we already in this shit too deep. Like, two kids dying and shit. Like, maybe Alicent really feels in her heart that her hands are tied. Like, this shit then went past the point of no return already. Like, everybody's set up for war anyway. We gonna do this. Real quick, Emma and Olivia have such good chemistry in scenes. It's crazy that we won't be able to see them together more often, but like, they always have good chemistry. But yeah, by the end of it, I love Rhaenyra's face here, right? Because it says, look, I tried everything. I tried every single thing. I done dressed up in this clown outfit and came out here, with the regular citizens, with the poors touching my shoulders and stuff. I came down to this church to talk with this girl. I tried everything. Y'all are not listening to reason, so maybe y'all will listen to some dragons. maybe y'all listen to some dragons. I like this episode a lot, like I said, because of the dialogue, the story, the characters are interacting with each other. The stories unfolding in ways that to me make sense given the lore and stuff, is filling in the gaps of the way that the story was told. You see what I'm saying? And we love to see Rhaenyra leaning into her Viserys side as much as she possibly could, but now the other side's about to take over. That Daemon side is about to take over. That Visenya side, I should say, actually, is about to take over, because she's like, I tried everything, mama. So yeah, this episode felt like a very, very, very good, like, calm before the storm. Like, everything, I think they did a really good job. Solid 3 episodes setting up all the battle, the violence, the dragon fire, the fire and blood that's about to happen in episode 4. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure you check out all my other ones in my playlists for both season 1 and season 2 in my description box. Love y'all so much, and make sure y'all stay tuned, because I will be hitting y'all with yet another reaction next week. See ya. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released, called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff, so just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.